Aboro Aboye. Today I want to share with you one of the most exciting projects that I've been involved with lately. And that's the publication of my newest book, which is entitled The Fundamentals of Orisa Lifestyle. You can see it right there. I'm very proud. Very, very proud. Very happy with this little piece of work. It's not a dictionary by any stretch of the imagination, but it's valuable. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why it's valuable. The one of the driving forces behind why I do what I do, the way I do it, comes from a simple conversation I had with a friend of mine, one of my childhood friends. This is somebody, actually, a person who I've known longer than anybody else, a friend, longer than anybody else, and we're still very close. And he asked me what I do. And so I started to describe it to him. I said, knowing he doesn't have any background with Orisha or nothing about Ifa, I offer spiritual advice and spiritual counseling. I make use of spiritual resources to resolve problems of this nature or that nature. And I talked for a couple of minutes. It was what I thought very clear. He says, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm tracking you. I understand where you're coming from. That's good. It sounds really cool. I just have one little bit of confusion. I don't quite understand. You kept mentioning things like the spirit and spirituality, and I don't understand what that means exactly. When you say the spirit, what are you talking about? When you say spirituality, what are you talking about? And the question took me aback. I wasn't ready for that kind of a question. And so I started to talk, and I started to, describe lots of different things. And the more I talked and the more I could hear my voice, the more ridiculous I sounded, to be honest. And I had to laugh, and say, hey, you know what? That's the best question anybody has ever asked me. And I have to think more clearly about it. And so from that time on, I've really forced myself to get clear and more clear and more clear, and be as clear as and explicit and direct as I possibly can about doing this work and communicating it to the people who I serve. Because if I can't give you something that you understand, then you cannot act. You cannot put your mind and your heart fully into it and respond if you can't even understand what I'm saying. Okay? And if you can't act and you can't engage yourself in heart, body, and mind in what I'm saying, then you're not going to experience any change. And if you can't get any change, your life cannot improve. And if your life cannot improve, then my work is futile. It's irrelevant. And I don't want to be irrelevant. Okay? I want to be able to do something that's going to have an immediate impact on your life. I want you to be able to act on it, and I want you to be able to take control over your life and the lives of the people that you serve and improve. Okay? So that's what's driving the book. Now, what's the book about? Right? That's the question that people ask. What's the book about? The book is about Yoruba spirituality. Okay? And it's about practicing Yoruba spirituality as a lifestyle. But more importantly, it provides a framework, an outline for Yoruba spirituality. Through this book, The Fundamentals of Orisa Lifestyle, you will learn the anatomy of human spirituality according to Yoruba theological principles. Right? That's the goal of this book. After you've read it, and it won't take you more than 2 days to go through it, one time, you will have a good overview of what the fundamentals are. It's the equivalent of knowing grammar, or the equivalent of knowing the alphabet, even simpler. Okay, you can't write words if you don't know the alphabet. And if you can't write words, you can't make sentences, paragraphs, etc., etc. The whole basis of the language is in the alphabet. This book represents the alphabet, so that once you've gone through it, you'll be able to go into other books and other rituals and ceremonies and activities that really assume that you already know this. Because that's what I have discerned after working with people year after year after year after year after year for almost 20 years now. These are the things that you need to know, because this is what Ifa is going to refer to. This is what Ifa is going to ask you to draw upon. If you don't know what that is, then you're at a loss, right? And you can't understand, you can't respond, you can't improve. So I want to give you the material to figure out what the anatomy of your spirit is, what it consists of, why Ifa says that that is an element in your spiritual anatomy, and what it means to your spiritual development. Because at the end of the day, we have got to get free spiritually. We've got to improve and empower ourselves spiritually. And that is what I mean by living the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of the people that you were born to serve. So I encourage you to go check out obafemio.com/publications. Get your copy of the book. Read it. Read it. Read it from front to back. And give me feedback. I'm open. Wherever you find points of discrepancy, that's fine. It isn't something that you're going to agree with 100%. But I believe that by understanding this particular anatomy of spirituality according to Yoruba theology, I think you're going to be a better devotee, a better husband, a better wife, a better son, a better daughter, a better citizen, a better human being. Aboru, aboye, aboshishe.